Hi guys, I'm Aussie Villain and welcome to the Summer Transfer Special as we move from Season 13 into Season 14 with Bala Town on the Impossible Dream. There's also a couple of Welsh friendlies coming up this summer. I haven't decided yet if that'll be part of this episode or its own episode, so, time will tell on that one. But I thought we'd start by having a quick look at the overall best 11 of our time at the club. Taniskovic is the goalkeeper, Gosney at right back, KDH, Reece Williams is still there, and Ryan Burke at left back. I think I'm okay with all of those, actually. It is Dixon and York in midfield. It's Wade on the right, Thompson and Sean Davis in on the left, with Allmark continuing up top. And the bench is Louis Gray, still hanging in there. Ben Evans has moved into the bench as a defender very, very quickly for him. Ryan Sears probably should be at right back instead of Gosney, actually. James Waite's still there, Henry Jones, Ryan Murphy, and the Big Mac, Hines Mackmeyer on the bench as well. So that's our team of the save so far. If you do have any thoughts of your team or best 11, by all means, let me know in the comments. And I should say, too, if you want to join the Discord group, what I'm going to do is I'm going to post this and we'll have a little debate on there as well. So link to the Discord down in the description. But let's not waste any time. Let's get this show on the road for the summer. We'll be back. Actually, I think what we do we have our budgets? I think we do, yeah. 875 grand a week, 55 million give or take to spend. So it's going to be, hopefully, a big and busy summer. Okay, we have some end-of-season awards for the Welsh League, and for the first time, possibly ever, it wasn't a Bala Town player that won Player of the Year. It was Ronan Leverd, I guess you pronounce it, probably not, from Cefn Druids that won the award, so well done to him. If we look at the history, I know it's been we have not one of as many times as you'd maybe think. Marcus Wade's won it there. Marcus Wade's won it a couple of times, actually, at his previous clubs. Won it once at every club, has old Marcus Wade. So yeah, we haven't won that award, which is a little bit disappointing, but we know we don't always play our strongest team in the league, and we do rotate a lot. Young Noster has won Young Player of the Year, so well done to him. He is continuing to come along nicely for us. We'll congratulate him on that award and have a quick look at the history of it. We have a pretty good record in this, don't we? So that is excellent. And the other award here is the team of the season. Cefn Druids, look at that. Absolutely dominating. Tommy Williamson has made the team of the year, and that is pretty much it. It's Cefn Druids. They must have just had 11 players, did they? So he picks up his bonus for getting in that team of the year. Now, if you're wondering how the league season finished up, let's go and have a quick look at that, because the New Saints will not be playing European football next season. They lost in the playoff. They lost to Bengal City on penalties. Bengal City went on to qualify. So it will be ourselves, Cefn Druids, FN Lido, and Bengal City that will be representing Wales in Europe next season. Now, Cefn Druids are, of course, professional. We know that coming into it. FN Lido are not as of yet. I really want to get Marcus Wade out the door if we can, so they can get that money to turn professional for next season. And Bengal City as well, only semi-professional, but we'll wait and see if they have enough money in the bank to be able to make that change as well. So there we go. That's the Welsh season rounded up. We'll get on with the summer. Alright, quick update of the Champions League, and Paris Saint-Germain have won the final. They have beaten Chelsea 1-0 in that final. If you're wondering what happened to Manchester City, they got knocked out narrowly by 1 goal by Chelsea. So they got beaten by the beaten finalists. So we'll say we're, third or fourth best team in Europe. I think that sounds about right. So that's how the Champions League finished up. Now, we did get some money for the end of that. Nice, cool 10.5 mil, and that has taken as part of a big milestone. We have £100 million in the bank. Bala Town has £100 million in the bank. That is absolutely incredible. They still won't build me a friggin' stadium. I've asked and I've asked and I've asked, but there we go. But yeah, £100 million, Bala Town. Alright, quick update of the finances, and as you would imagine, they are looking very, very good. We've got a new main kit sponsor, which is up 250 grand on the previous one. Sponsorship overall is up only 1.4 million though. You'd think as a Champions League last 16 side, you might get a little bit more than that. Corporate hospitality is 27 grand. We really do need a bigger stadium, don't we? Match day revenue is up about 10 grand, 15 grand. Broadcast revenues is up a little bit, roughly the same. Competition prize money is up about 10 million from last year. And if we have a quick look at the shirt sales, we sold, how many shirts did we sell? 112 shirts at the Champions League last 16 side. Tommy Williamson is number 1. Freshie, who may not be coming back. None of our loanees may be coming back because all their parent clubs want to give them a chance in the first team. We've heard that before and been able to get them back, though, so we'll hope that that's the case. Wade, Brewerton, and Yamaguchi are the top 5 shirt sales. So there we go. That is the commercial summary update. Rusco, what have I told you about coming into my office and not wearing the French-made uniform? Who is this? Good afternoon, Mr. Villain. My name is Allard from Gwynedd, and Apduffid, and I am representing Mr. Rusco in a harassment suit. Harassment suit? You've got to be joking, mate. There's no harassment here. This is a family club. Did you or did you not make Mr. Rusco take a training session dressed as a ballerina? Yeah, but come on, that was just a joke. Did you have Mr. Rusco clean your office dressed as a French maid? Yeah, but... Mr. Villain, my client is willing to drop a sizable lawsuit against both yourself and the club if you allow him to leave to manage Preston. How many zeros is this? So there we go. Scott Rusco has left us to go and be Preston's new manager. That is... I mean, the Joker kind of got old. I kept forgetting to dress him up again. But anyway, he's gone off to manage Preston. So the Rusco Bus Park will be joining the English League system. So that'll be nice for them, won't it? But our backroom staff so far this summer, and we're at June 11th, has been absolutely decimated. We've been picked to pieces. Ross Tate has left us to go and manage Cheltenham. Which is a bit of a pain in the backside. But anyway, Billy Sharp, who had just come in to manage under-19s, he has gone off to manage Blackburn, which again is a bit of a pain in the backside. Santana, one of our under-19 coaches, has gone off to manage Sevilla's under-19s, and obviously Scott Rusco has just gone to manage Preston. So, not ideal. And of course, Chris Venables went off to, he resigned to be our assistant manager in Wales. So we are in the midst of a backroom staff rebuild here. But I mean, it says a lot that, you know, we've lost 4 guys and they've all gone off to basically manage teams, whether it be under-19s or in the other case of 3, decent enough teams in the English League system. So there we go. We've brought in a couple, a new under-19s manager. Hopefully he'll stick around for a little bit. And we've got a new coach in to replace Tate as well, who could quite conceivably be a manager himself. Hatstenberg, who of course has played a lot of for big German clubs. I remember him at Dortmund, RB Leipzig as well. So he's got a bit of history behind him as well. But yeah, backroom staff rebuild. But Scott Rusco, he is no longer at the club. Alright, a quick update of the European rankings. You can see here, Bala Town has moved up 4 places, which is excellent, to 22nd. Now, we've kind of, through our free hits now, we've got 11 coefficient points to defend this season. You can see the last 3 years, though, or 3 of the last 4 years, we've got 15, 16, and 16. So, there's a chance, I mean, on current form that we could defend that and even go slightly better. But we're starting now to get to, I think, as far as we can get without really going on a sort of a run that would probably need to come with dropping into the Europa League, to be honest. So, but 22nd, that is pretty good. But the big news is, look at this. Wales has gained a place in the Champions League, a 2nd place, which is absolutely huge. We are 15th ranked now in the coefficients, which is amazing. Now, again, we are going to need the other Welsh clubs to do us some favours here and help us out with these coefficient points. We can't do it by ourselves, but if we go and have a look at qualification places, we ourselves now get a bye into the 2nd qualifying round, which is great. But there is another team that comes in to qualifying as the best 2nd place team. Now, chances are they're going to get absolutely spanked. And this is starting next season, not this season. But what it will mean, almost certainly, is that there'll be a massive chance of getting into the group stages of the Euro Cup. Even if they just lose their way down, there'll be a big chance of that. So it could mean coefficient points. It means we're going to have a team in the Europa League as well, and then 2 teams into the 2nd qualifying round of the Euro 2 Cup. So it's massive news. Really excited for this, to see if Wales might be about to take a big step up here in money in the league, all that kind of stuff. This is big. Okay, we are at July 1st, which of course means transfers can now really begin to heat up. It's been a little bit quiet so far, but we were really waiting for this moment when contracts were up, loans could be renegotiated. We couldn't keep any of our current loanees that we had, so we're going to have to start from scratch again. and see what we can do. If we can get them back, we will. But the big news is, of course, we have our 3 new Penis Initiative signings. The first is Dave Jones, who we signed, 15-year-old. We signed him from Barrytown, I want to say it was. Let's go in here and have a quick look. Yeah, it was Barrytown. So he'll go into the under-19s. Hopefully, training full-time, he'll develop, and we'll get ourselves a nice little midfielder we can sell on for a profit. Second, and this is a new one, Brian Rowlands has come and joined us. This was from Clendundo, so 100 grand in their bank account, 50% of a next sale, and he will be the new Wags #1 at this point in time. I might actually call him up into the senior team as well, so we can try and get him some mentoring at the same time. So that's our goalkeeper for the Wags, and Dean Parry, who is potentially very, very good. Again, we signed him from Barrytown, and well, hopefully, again, we'll get a we might even get, I tell you what, we might even get a first team left back out of this for us. But if he comes in on the Penis Initiative, we probably do need to sell him on at some point. But actually, I tell you what, I think he might be another one first team, because we're a little bit short on left backs right now in any case. So there we go. That is that. We have sold a player, Tom Smith. He was one of our centre-backs. We have obviously well-sourced in centre-backs. So we got 33 grand for him from Bengal City. I just kind of offered him out, see what would come in, and that's what came in. So he's gone off to Bengal City. We have been getting a lot of bids for Tommy Williamson. We haven't got anything that's even close to being acceptable yet, so we'll just keep rejecting those. And you can see here the Armenian is up for loan. Whether we can get him back in, we might have a quick look, but we might be able to do a little bit better than that as well. So that is, transfer window back open. We've got 3 of our youngsters in. Now we can try and get some of the big players in. Okay, quick update. We've got 2 of our 4 loan players back. Matteo Freschi is back for another season. Same, well, very similar deal to what he was on last time, which is excellent. And the other person that's come back is Anthony Rhoda. Again, very similar. I think we're paying a little bit more of his wages, but very, very similar. I do like him because he can cover right wing, but I think as a Mazzella, I think he's quite useful in midfield. So I'm glad to have them both back. I would love to get Montgomery back again. We do need a left back. And short of that, I mean, I'd like to get Sultani back as well, to be honest. We do need to get a keeper in, but we'll have to kind of wait and see. In terms of bids coming in, Tommy Williamson is proving popular because he's transfer listed. We're not getting anywhere near what I want for him. So we'll keep rejecting them. He hasn't kicked up yet. We'll just kind of see how he goes. He might be one of these guys that'll just kind of get on with it. So we'll live and learn on that and find out how he's going to go. But yeah, we've got 2 of the 4 at least back in. So that's 24 grand a week plus star player status. I take it we have a deal then. Celta Vigo's offering you 14 grand a week. Well, yeah, that's why I'm offering you 24. Mate, that's almost double the money. You're going to sign for them. Perfect. So we are having a little bit of trouble getting players in. This is just one of a few players that I've tried to sign. Basically, I think we need a right winger to fill in where Bono left us. We desperately need a left back like you would not believe. And I'd like to get a goalkeeper as well if we can find an upgrade on Teniskovic. But time and time again, this guy was transfer listed at River Plate, £1.3 million. We'd agreed that, offered him 24 grand a week, which is probably overpaying, but he's still young. There's room to develop. Good determination. I thought there was probably on both sides as well. There was probably enough there for us. And he went to Celta Vigo for almost half the money and a squad player, not a star player. So this is becoming a little bit of a familiar thing for us, unfortunately. And yeah, it's becoming a problem because we're towards the end of July now. We need to get these players in for the Champions League squad. Now, there has been a few outs. So I'll just quickly catch you up on those. We have officially signed Correa, the young Portuguese midfielder, so he's in, which is fantastic. But the outs, the Penis Initiative has kicked on a gear here because Tommy Smith, as we knew, I think I told this already, was going to Bengal City, so he has left. Also leaving is Ewan Burgess, who had been the Wags goalkeeper, well, pretty much since the inception of the Wags. He's gone off to to Aberystwyth Town. Haven't charged them any fee for any of these guys. Marcus Burgess, a good young striker, But he's gone off to Connors Key along with Lewis James. So this is the Lewis James that I tried to retrain from a right-sided winger to a left-sided winger, but he's gone off to Connors Key. And also leaving is Griffin McMenemy off to FM20. All these guys on a free. Most of them, if not all of them, are paying a little bit of their wages, but that's okay. Whatever it takes to get the rest of the league up to a certain standard, that's okay by me. Now, we have begun our Champions League qualifying campaign. We have Astana. Again, we always seem to play Astana in our first qualifying round. I think it's actually the second qualifying round of the tournament. So let's go have a look how the first leg did. We went in front when Juan Arias played in Mackmeyer. Ewan picked out Arias to get our second, before Mackmeyer made it 3-0 at halftime. Mackmeyer played in Thomas Quinn to make it 4 early in the second half. Arias got his second late on, before Mackmeyer completed his hat-trick. So it was a good performance in the end. I was a little bit concerned. Our two fullbacks, both our right backs were injured, so Iwan made a debut at right back, and making a debut at left back was the young stud Dean Parry, who we just signed from Barry Town this season. So they both came in. To be honest, they both did fine. I was, as I said, very concerned about playing them in this one, but they got away. We got away with it, and in the end, it was a comfortable win. Both Nosta and Ballerini should be back fit, ready for the second leg. But I might even give this guy another game, to be honest, because he's a youngster. He's going to be the Wags right back for this season as well. Which is one of the reasons why we did sell Griffin McMenemy. So that is that. First, one leg down, one leg to go, and we need to try and sign some of these players. We need left backs. This is our best left back. Unbelievable. Guys, listen up, please. Guys, thank you. Now, you may have noticed there's a new face amongst us today. Now, that face belongs to Vladimir Thiel. He is a new German goalkeeper that we've signed to compete with Tennis Kovic for the #1 shirt. Vlad, would you like to step forward and say a few words? Careful, mate. Don't climb on that. Careful. Oh. Somebody call a physio. So we've got some good news and some bad news. Vladimir Thiel has joined us and then literally injured himself like 10 minutes later. So he's out for a month. But let's have a quick look at what we've signed other than an injury bill. £5 million, a potential $1 million add-on after 50 games. He's a B+ rated signing by the fans. You can see his wages there, 19.5 grand a week. A star player, that may or may not be the case. We'll see how he goes. He is, I think we've signed a good one here. He's only rated 3 stars, but what I do like about him is that he's got good communication, good positioning, good agility as well, good handling. He's going to come and claim crosses. Now, we know in Europe, when we play the bigger teams, that our best chance is just to sit deep and narrow. So if we're going to encourage teams to get crosses into the box, then this guy should have decent enough control of that penalty area to claim any crosses that Juan, me, and Tony and Suznik cannot head away. So good decisions as well, good concentration. Let me know what you think in the comments, but I am quietly confident that this guy is going to be a good one for us. It's a relatively big fee for a goalkeeper, $5 million. It's not the worst, but it's certainly it's competition for Tennis Kovic, and I think he's going to be exactly what we're looking for in Europe. Now, speaking of Europe, we did play the second leg of our qualifier against Astana, so let's go see how we did. Alexi Firmin got on the end of Ewan's cross to give us an early lead. Lewis Correa got a debut goal, and Wade finished Allmark's knockdown to make it 3-0. Before Astana got a late consolation. So it was never really in any doubt. It wasn't as good a performance, but it was a rotated team as well. We went with the young fullbacks again. Ewan, I got to say, looks the part. Attribute-wise, maybe not, but certainly, you know, he's getting assists and key passes, and he's doing a good job for us. Parry had a little bit of a poor game, but we'll forgive him that one. He is 16 after all. Correa with a debut goal from the penalty spot was good to see. We gave Denny Garmy a game. Damien Allmark came off the bench as well. So all round, I'd say a good performance. And we have got in the next round, it is Copenhagen, if I can find where it was back here just a little bit. There it is there. So it's FC Copenhagen in the third qualifying round. And that's crucially not the playoff round, but we will show this one. This is where it starts to get a little bit more competitive for us. So yeah, we were at home for the first leg, which is never ideal, but it is what it is. So yeah, that is that. We've got about a week to go, therefore, slightly less. It's Friday the 30th of July, so we've got about 4 or 5 days left. I'm still trying to get that right winger in. I am still desperately looking for a left back. I don't know if the youngsters will get away with it against Copenhagen. Alright, we are in game day for the Copenhagen Champions League tie, which brings us to the end of the transfer special, and I've got to say, it's really not gone to plan. It really has not. One other departure for a youngster was Dion Ricketts has gone off to join Sligo Rovers in Ireland. I think that is, not North Ireland. So that's fine. I think we get 50% of his next fee, but I don't think there'll be much there. I mean, we got the goalkeeper I wanted, which is good. I am excited about him. But otherwise, I mean, we still need a right-sided player. Rhoda and Wade are our two, really. We do have some irons in the fire there. We're competing with, who I can't remember who it was now. It might have been Tottenham and Milan, maybe, for a right winger. So hopefully he'll come off and we'll see him next episode. We do have Freshie back as another striking option. And Correa, of course, came in to play in midfield. But we desperately need a left back, because right now, this is our first choice left back to go into the Champions League with. And that is, as good as he may be potentially, that is not why we signed Dean Parry from Barry Town. So let's go and have a quick look at what we do have for this upcoming season to get us underway here. And relatively speaking, I'm happy with it. We still have about a month to go at the transfer window. If we look up front, we've got Big Mac. We know what he can do, an absolute star for us. Freshie as well is back. Williamson is so far still here. We really are not getting any bids. I mean, nothing more than like 2 million. So I'll put up with an unhappy Williamson for that. Other options, of course, up front, Marcus Wade. Though if we get a bid in for him, we will sell him off. We have Damien Allmark. We know he's good in the league. What he can do in Europe is debatable. And of course, we have young Jason Isaac as well. Where's he here? Jason Isaac, who is potentially quite good, so we'll keep trying to build him up. He's actually a professional now as well. He's turned 17 and signed a professional contract. The right side, this is where we do need somebody. Marcus Wade is decent. We know that he can do a job over there for us. Rhoda is, again, decent. We know he can do a job there for us. Other than that, it's Riola, who is more for the left side in any case. And the new wag that's come in for this season, Gareth Smith. Who, again, potentially could be quite good at a certain standard, but certainly not European standard. If we go over to the left, Fomin is quite good. He's coming to a big bid from Porto, about 8 million for him, but we so far so good on seeing that off. Riola, we know he's a decent player for us. Sean Davis, last year of his contract, do we look to keep him? Do we look to sell him on? I did offer him out, nobody came in, so we'll wait and see how that plays out. Correa can play over here, but he'll play much more in the centre of the park. And James Lewis as well. This season, one of the wags that we'll see hopefully a lot of, because he is part of the Penis Initiative. We drop further into midfield, and this is where I think we are now looking quite strong. Juan Arias, the moustached wonder. He's come in, of course, last season for the Armenian. We'll see a lot of him this season. I think he could be quite special for us. Thomas Quinn, he has signed a new deal with us as well, so he's here to 2036, so that's good news for him. Sam York, excuse me, has signed a new deal as well. He'll be here for the rest of his career. He is just a useful player for us. He's a wag that can step into the first team and do a decent job for us if we need him to. Correa, we've just seen. Another one here under the Penis Initiative is Sam Evans. Useful. Again, only at a certain level, but I'd like to see him develop a little bit more. If we go back up to sort of more first choice players, Anthony Rhoda. Kenny Buckley, or Buckley, continues to develop. What a star he is coming through our academy. Brett Brewerton, though typically he'll play a little bit deeper than this. We also have Yamaguchi, who may be looking at 22, maybe sellable. We'll see how Correa kicks on, but you maybe only need one of those two at the club. And Denigami as well is continuing to improve. Again, another one here under the Penis Initiative that if we get a bid in for, we will sell, but more than happy to keep him. If we look at the deeper role here, to be honest, the main guy is going to be Brett Brewerton. The other guys there, you can see Arias, Quinn and Gami can play there, but they won't. If we go back to centre-back, we don't have many, but we have quality. One Me, if he doesn't play against Manchester City, should be quite good. We've had small bids coming in for him all summer, but nothing really more than $1 million, so we're not going to sell him for that. The other two main guys are Joel Tony, who has wanted to go to Premier League clubs, but again, we've been able to see off those bids. Susnik, who came in for big money last year, he will be one of the big defenders for us this year. Ben Evans, of course, is a youngster that we have high hopes for. Also, KDH, who has been here for a while now, established, just a good player to have around the squad. And Gurke, Welsh international now as well. Again, potentially one of the best players to come through our academy, and he'll have a big role to play. If we go over to the left back, and this is where we are seriously lacking. As I don't know if I said this, the scouts are out. I've set scouts to try and find me a left back. But Norrington Davies is there. Dan Robson is there. He's the wag. Dean Parry is there. He's also a wag, though, as I said, at the moment, our first choice. And Dewey Moore, again, came through our academy. He's not someone I really want to have in the first team yet. Well, certainly not outside of a wag game. But that is, yeah, kind of our left backs. We desperately need somebody. Right backs is another story. We're looking strong here. Nosta, who is maybe even first choice now, to be honest. Look, he's just coming along really well. The other main guy is Ballerini, who is solid. We saw that from him last season. They're neck and neck though, aren't they? He's not that much better getting forward, and yeah, it could be either of them, to be honest. We've seen, well, we've kind of in the highlights seen Idan Iwan coming in and playing in the Champions League against Astana. Did a decent job. He'll be one of the wags for this year, and the other one, of course, we've just seen is Dewey Moore, who's left-footed but could spill over on this side if we need him to. Goalkeepers, I'm happy with what we've got. Vladimir Thiel, I think he is better than 3 stars, but certainly a very solid goalkeeper, if nothing else. We know what Tanaskovic can do. He's reliable. He's in the last year of his contract as well. We'll probably look to extend him, but time will tell on that one. Paul Askew is sort of a third choice for Europe. Solid enough. We paid next to nothing for him. I think it was 22 grand we paid, so he's here for at least another year, and then we might look to sell him on if we're not going to renew him. And the wag goalkeeper for this year is Brian Rowlands. So we'll see him in the cup games, and yeah, get a good look at how he's going to go. But it was just about getting Clondundo the 100 grand, and he was a decent enough potential goalkeeper, and we needed somebody new for the wags in any case. So he comes in. So that is the team. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. You know, I know left back is a weakness. And as I said, ideally, I'd like to get another right winger in, and we'll see how that goes. But let me know what you guys think. Where are we weak? Are we still, are we looking good? Yeah, it's going to be an interesting season. But I'll see you next time for the game against who are we playing? Copenhagen. So if you have enjoyed this, hit thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, and until then, I've been Aussie Villain. Take care.